Welcome to my class. In this particular video lecture, we will talk about virtualization. Virtualization meaning. The term virtual refers to a thing which appears to be real, but it is not real. For example, projection of dinosaur in a movie. It appears to be real, but it is not. Therefore, these dinosaurs are virtual one. So anything which appears to be real, but which is not real, it is called virtual. Second example, another example is products shown on different websites. They all are virtual products. They appear to be real one, but actually they are the photographs. They are not real products. So we call them that these products are virtual one. These products look to be real, but they are not. The term virtualization can be referred to number of things. We can divide this virtualization into four parts. The first one is hardware virtualization. The second one, storage virtualization. The third one, software virtualization, or we can call it memory or operating system virtualization. And the last one is network virtualization. Let us talk about all these four one by one. In computing, virtualization means to create a virtual version of a device or resource such as server. In reality, there is no server, but there appears to be a server existing there. The second one is storage device. For example, in the case of hard disk. The third one is an operating system. The fourth one is even network. We create the virtual version of server, storage device, operating system, or even network. Where the framework divides the resources into one or more execution. It means these do not exist in reality, but we create them in such a way that it looks that they are in existence, and the framework divides these resources into one or more execution. They can perform more than one task. In general sense, virtualization includes any technology, either in software or hardware, that adds an extra layer of isolation or extra flexibility to a standard system. It means in the standard system there exists a functioning. We create another functioning within the same standard product. Examples are virtual memory for memory management, virtual disk to allow for partitioning of hard disk space, virtual machines like Java and .NET to allow for better software execution. Let us move on to these points one by one. The first one is hardware virtualization. Hardware virtualization, sometimes it is referred to as platform virtualization. It means creation of a virtual machine that acts like a real computer with an operating system, but in reality it does not exist. For example, a computer that is running Microsoft Windows operating system, it may host a virtual machine that looks like a computer with Linux operating system. The software that creates a virtual machine on the host hardware, on the host machine, on the host computer is called a hypervisor or virtual machine manager. The hypervisor controls the processor, memory, and other components by allowing several different operating systems to run on the same machine without the need for the source code. The second one is storage virtualization. Storage virtualization, in simple terms, it means pooling of data from multiple storage devices or pooling of data from different types of storage devices into what appears to be a single device that is managed from a single computer. So we simply pool data from multiple storage device or from multiple storage devices, and it appears that this storage is on a single device. This storage virtualization helps the storage administrator to perform the task of taking backup and retrieving data more easily and in less time by disguising the actual complexity of storage area network. Here it helps the storage administrator to store and retrieve data quickly and very easily. A simple example of storage virtualization is hard disk. A single physical storage device on a computer appears to be multiple logical resources to user. For example, we can partition the hard disk, and it is considered virtualization because it is partitioned in a way to create two or more separate hard disks on the same disk. There is only one disk, but it appears that there are more than one disk. The user can interact with the virtual resource as if it were a real one. For example, here you can see that a hard disk has been partitioned into 4 parts, and these parts are given name as C volume, D volume, E volume and F volume. C volume is used to keep the operating system, D volume is kept for the different programs, E volume is used for keeping the personal data, and F volume is used for entertainment data. We divided this hard disk into 4 parts. Though there is only one hard disk, but it appears to the user that there are 4 different parts of the hard disk, and user can deal with any of the part of the hard disk. The third one is software virtualization. We call it this is operating system virtualization or memory virtualization. Let's look into the meaning of software virtualization. Software virtualization is the ability of single computer system to run multiple operating systems simultaneously. It means there is only one computer, but on the same computer, number of operating systems are working simultaneously. It appears to different users that different operating systems are being run on this machine, but it is not. The user can run different applications that require different operating systems simultaneously on the same machine without rebooting it. Let us look into this particular example. Here client number 1 submits a request to server. Server responds it, but the client computer has Linux operating system. So the client 1 assumes that server is having only the Linux operating system. At the same time, client 2 submits a request to server. Server responds to client 2. It appears to the client 2 that perhaps this particular server is having Windows operating system because client 2 has Windows operating system. Similarly, the client 3 has got Mac operating system, and this computer submits a request to server. Server gives response to client 3. Client 3 presumes that server has only Macintosh operating system. And the next one is client 4. Client 4 has got Unix operating system. It submits request to server. Server gives response. Server gives the reply to client 4, and client 4 presumes that this server contains only Unix operating system. This is a case of virtualization. Now look at the case of client 5. Client 5 has got Solris operating system. It submits request to server. Server gives response to client 5. Similarly, in the last case, that is client number 6, which consists of Android operating system, it submits request to the server, and the server gives response to the client 6. Now to all these different clients, it appears that server contains only one operating system, that the server contains their operating system, but in reality The server, it has been partitioned in such a way that it consists of number of operating system. Though there is only one machine, but to different user it appears that there are different servers. Software virtualization includes the concept of virtual memory. This concept of virtual memory we have discussed in separate video. The fourth one is network virtualization. When we talk about network virtualization, the first question arises, why do we need it? This network virtualization is intended to optimize network speed. We want to increase the speed of the network. We want to have more reliable networks. And we want to have flexibility in the network. And the last one is virtualization helps us to optimize scalability and security of the network. That is why we go for network virtualization. The best example of network virtualization is the concept of virtual private network. We call it VPN. There is a separate video on VPN, virtual private network. Here you can see the example of virtual private network. This is company 1 network. All computers are interconnected with each other and we name it as intranet 1. There is another company. This company has got number of computers and these computers are again interconnected with each other. We call them as intranet 2. They are connected to their respective proxy servers and they are connected to internet through their proxy servers. Proxy server consists of firewall software and it protects the intranet of company 1 and the second proxy server protects the intranet of company 2. Though these two companies are using public network, but now their network, it has become totally safe. It appears to everyone that this is not a public network, rather this is a private network. But we must know that these two companies are using internet, which is a public network, but it appears to these two companies that it is a private network. Though it is not a private network, we call it as virtual private network. It is not private network because it is using public network, internet, but it appears that it has become a private network. So we call it as virtual private network. Thank you very much.